This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution, and oh my god, I am here with Jean-Francois, co-founder and Masterbrewer at Dieu de Ciel in Montreal, Quebec. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, Jimmy, and you?
I am fantastic. For those people who don't know, what do you do up here at Dieu de Ciel?
Well, my job is basically designing the recipe and take care of my brewer to do the beer for us. Managing the brewery here at the brewpub, and also at the packaging brewery that we have northern Montreal for the bottle and for the keg distribution.
Now, you started here some 14 years ago. How many beers were you making at that point? Did you have 1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beers?
No, when we opened, we opened with 6 line, which by this time was already more than most of the brewpub that usually have 2-3 different beer on tap. And what made us quite special at the beginning, instead of being specialized like in British beer or German beer or Belgian beer, we were doing all that kind of beer. So I didn't want to be specialized in one style of beer. So I was have a Scotch ale, a pale ale, like a triple, and a Weizen at the same time on the board, playing with different yeasts, which was also more challenging by this time than it used to be than it is now, because as a home brewer I was already using different yeast at the same time in my home brewing.
So, your passion for brewing goes way back to before you had this place here.
Yeah, I started as a home brewer, like so many brewers actually in America.
I'm always scared to do that. I'm afraid I would poison my friends.
Ah, no, that's a nice thing about beer or wine. You know, the beer can be definitely really bad.
Okay.
But you cannot poison anyone, so that's a nice thing. So worst case scenario, you spit it and that's it. So, but you know, you start with kids, and then you read books, and then you learn and you drink beer, and that's how it started. But for sure, I was studying biology by this time, so I was using I was learning at the university, and I was applying it to the brewing process I was doing at home, and that's how slowly I finally realized that maybe that's what I should do for a living instead of doing enzyme production somewhere in a lab.
Tell me a little bit about your label design and how it came to be.
Well, actually, it's a chance I got then to meet a wonderful, talented illustrator. His name is Yannick Brosseau. I met him when I was at the university, and he just actually asked me if he could use a name of one of my homebrew to do a work at the university.
Your homebrew was that infamous at university that...
when I was already homebrewing at university, right. The beer was named Fumisterie, was a hemp beer, and he asked me, can I use your name and your ID to do a fictitious market release?
Oh, I see, yes, yeah.
Sure, I said, sure, let's do it. It's a homebrew anyway, so nothing's going to happen with that. And then he came back with the label. I said, God, man, you had exactly the ID to illustrate my beer. And when we opened the brewpub here, slowly we were, even in beer festival, we wanted to have some illustration for our beer, and we were going to see him because I knew he was talented. So, hey, Yannick, can you do this? A label for that beer? Sure. And every time, you know, just give him the name, explain the beer, the background of the beer, what it should taste, and he, with his imagination, he's created that wonderful illustration. So that's how he became my dedicated illustrator for Dieu de Ciel.
Now, 14 years ago, the beer scene in Quebec must have been quite different to what it is today.
Yeah, it was actually way smaller, and people was less adventurous than they are now. So they was doing like Belgian beer, like traditional, like the biggest thing like Duvel, Maretsu, but no, all the thing about sour beer or mixed fermentation, no, the people wasn't there yet. And even with that, it would be extremely hoppy beer and all using different spices. No, people wasn't there. There was more with the red ale and the classic British pale ale or
Yes,
IPA. And so it's normal. We had myself. I learned I was brewing, so to push the border and go forward with new thing, with new flavor, with new spice, with new herbs, and instead of doing like Belgian or English or German style, doing like Montreal style beer. So by mixing different traditions, mixing different influence together.
That's what makes a Montreal style beer.
That's why I call it use that one. I'm calling it like the New World style beer, or so because we evolved like in the New World with like American hops and different tradition and different background than in Europe. So that's a nice thing for a brewer actually. We have a lot of freedom in what we're doing. Like if you're a Masterbrewer in Germany, you have to follow the style and the purity law and oh god. So I would be probably sad.
Drive you crazy.
Yeah.
So in 2012, what are the biggest challenges that face a master brewer like yourself?
Well, the thing is, people expect you to create new stuff, and
You come up with new ideas all the
new
time.
idea. It's not necessarily in every morning that you're gonna have like a flash that oh god, I have a new idea. And at the same time, there's a lot more small brewing on the market, so you have to stand out. And I think the most important thing is keep the quality and the passion you have, and make sure that the beer that people taste a year before, 2 years before, tastes as good. Or even basically what we try to do is always like fine tuning on our product, try to make it even better.
So I have one last question for you. What does good food mean to you?
Well, it's savory food for sure. I love different meat for sure, but I like fish. But I like when it's tasty, not necessarily over spice. I like when there's some different level of flavor. Like beer, I like hoppy beer, but I like when it's complex and you have different level. So same thing. When you eat food, you should have different texture and different flavor, not just a salt. And you just have like the salt that killing everything. So, or if you eat spicy food, if you just basically burn your mouth, well, it was fun, but that's it. So you don't taste anything anymore. So, and I like spicy food, by the way. So, but there's a level to not go over, I think. So basically, that's what I'm looking for. Even if it can be vegan, it can be with fish, whatever. I like. Even I love. A good barbecue for sure, but you can go. But what is the most important thing? Yeah, is have complexity and different level of flavor.
One of the best answers I've heard in a while for that question. Jean-Francois, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today in Montreal, Quebec.
It was a pleasure, Jimmy.
And hopefully I will see you in Ontario at some point in the future.
I'm going sometime to Toronto for Beer Fest and
perhaps Beau's Oktoberfest this year.
If I have a chance this year, because I missed it last year and everybody said that they had a good time, so for sure at Beau's Fest. Yeah. Sure.
Excellent. Look forward to raising a glass with you then.
Sure.
Take
Cheers.
care.
Give up!